the No1 Podcast. I am your host, Coach Jake. Today, we are going to be diving into the topic of how to find the right mentor for your family business. So, as ever, throw me up at number one, say hey, ask questions. That's how we interact. What's up, Pop Off Steven? Fulfill Destiny Now. Rob Kincaid is Sean Horwath. What's up, Coach Gill? Hope you got home safe, man. We had a killer weekend here out in Colorado, Denver at V10 MMA. Wild, tough, vicious Vern Earwood, who is our first American affiliate, Scientific Wrestling affiliate, Fight Gym. Dude had spine surgery and then showed up to say hey to everybody, man. He is tougher than hell. Former Marine. Also had former Marine. Well, I don't know how that works. I don't want to offend anybody. Is it one of those where you're once a Marine, you're always a Marine? Anyway, a guy who was in the Marine Corps as well, Coach Gill, was there putting some of his nasty stockades on people. We had a great camp. It was really amazing. My close friend and assistant coach, John Fabricatori, showing some sick cradles from the half guard, how to set them up. You guys missed it, man. You've got a chance. We're setting up out in Charlotte in 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks after that, we are in the Mojave Desert, California. Josh Barnett, Wade Chalice, Scientific Wrestling. It's going to be sick. You do not want to miss it. Go over to coachingcatch.com. That is going to be the URL, coachingcatch.com. Get signed up. What's up, Kwame, the real coach, POW or POW? I don't know. Stellar Steven, what's up, man? Stellar Steven, you're coming to camp. I think I got you signed up for Charlotte. That's going to be amazing. Super excited to see you guys. Let me take this URL down. So today, the topic I want to talk about, Popov Steven says, wow. All right, man. Lots of emojis and a ninja and a heart and halo. Anyway, I can't read that. It's like hieroglyphics, right? Fulfill destiny now. With all due respect to you and your wife is very beautiful. Thank you. I'm referring to the post where you and your wife are celebrating her birthday. Man, I'll tell you, dude. And you know, I made a good post, I think, about partnerships, whether they are romantic, business, platonic, whatever the case may be, man. You got to get yourself a great partner. Yeah, I'm very lucky. She's very beautiful. We have beautiful kids. It just goes to show you that you don't have to be a good-looking dude to get with somebody who is beautiful, but also beautiful inside. Thanks for that, Fulfill Destiny. I appreciate that, man. Today, I want to talk about how do you find the right mentor, the right coach for you or for your business? Okay. This is super duper important. Pop-Off Steven says, I'm a paramedic ninja. That's the meaning of the emojis. Awesome. Appreciate you, dude. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys do have any questions or whatever, hit me up in the chat. I'm happy to always help you. Again, looking for people to join us. We've got 12 affiliates, international now, expanding, blowing minds, man. It's awesome. Love Scientific Wrestling. So hit us up, scientificwrestler.com if you want to join the mission. If you just want to get your toes wet, show up to a camp, guarantee will blow your mind, coachingcatch.com. So let's dig into it, man. I want to talk to something that's really near and dear to my heart, right? And that's finding the right mentor or finding the right coach. This is something that has changed my life, and I'd like to say that I've changed thousands of lives likewise, right? So thanks, Gil, man. Appreciate it, dude. Gil bought a badge. Appreciate it, buddy. So finding the right mentor, man, let's be honest. The way that we are taught in America, I can't speak to other countries, but the public school system is absolutely a disaster here. It's a disaster. I don't know that anybody would argue. I don't have my kids in public school. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I took them out, put them into it's called Sudbury method. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's really cool. Anyway, I didn't really start learning stuff. Sure, I'm overeducated. I got a master's degree in financial engineering. Okay. I'm overeducated. But where I really got the most traction was with my mentorships, the people that I mentored under. Obviously, a lot of you guys will know some of the people that I mentored under with regards to grappling and wrestling. Wade Chalice, Guinness record holder for the most wins and pins in all of wrestling, most wins over national champions, international champs, mind-blowing guy. Billy Robinson, the legendary catch as catch can expert coach, athlete, Carl Gotch, seminal figure in wrestling, pro wrestling, MMA, like the guy, the fountainhead in a lot of ways. In business, guys like Grant Cardone, Brandon Dawson, obviously all the guys like Sheldon Ross and these other people that I worked with in finance. So it's important to have a good mentor. Okay. I want to share some of the insights that I've learned, but I want to put them in the context of a family business because, and I can't remember your name. I'm very sorry. Fulfill Destiny Now was saying about, that I have this beautiful wife but we have a family business, right? And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but like family businesses are the backbone of the American economy. 64% of gross domestic product in the United States, 64%. That's like 2/3 of the gross domestic product. 62% of employment is thanks to family businesses. So it is absolutely crucial that family businesses succeed. I mean, for the entire economy, right? So the best thing you can do is to find a great coach or mentor to help guide and grow your business. It's critical. So how do you go about finding this person? This also, like in the wrestling business, for me, that was Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, Gene LaBelle, Wade Chalice, these guys, right? So here's how you go about it. Okay. Let's break it down into 4 simple steps. And again, you guys got questions. I appreciate all you guys. Nick Kajia, what's up, buddy? Eric, Rose, Harry, Marcus, Caleb, Alberto. Ladies Catch Wrestling says, hey, coach, what's up, man? Good to see you. So here's the 4 steps to mentoring, finding a good mentor for you. Okay. Are you ready? 1, you've got to identify what it is that you need help with. This is the foundational part. Okay. So before you start searching for your mentor, you need to know what you're looking for. Where do you need help? Is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it leadership development? You need to be specific so you can find somebody suited to address those needs. By the way, if it is sales, marketing, and leadership, I know somebody. Number 1, coaching. Okay. Number 2, once you know what you need, Sebita Lakes, and I'm messing that name up, says saludos from Chile. Thank you. Good to see you. Man, international. I love it. So step 1, you got to identify what it is you need help with. Sales, marketing, leadership. It could be anything. For Scientific Wrestling, I wanted to have the best wrestlers ever. So that's who I needed. Okay. Step 2, once you identify that need, now you got to look within the industry. Okay. So me, I wanted to be the best business coach. So I went straight to the source. You guys know Grant Cardone. I wanted to be the best in the grappling business, straight to the source, Billy Robinson, Wade Chalice, right? So once you know what you need help with, start by looking for mentors within that industry, right? Because these people have actually been where you are. They've been there before. They understand the challenges you face, and they have the expertise and the experience that you need for that kind of help. Okay. Fulfill Destiny says, this man is speaking the truth. Since 1776, family businesses have made America. Dude, I love family businesses, man. It's like, one of my missions, if you go to No1 Coaching, no1coaching.com, you can see right there the standard industry statistic for small business: 1 in 10 succeed, 9 out of 10 fail in the first 10 years. I want to flip that. I want 9 out of 10 succeeding due to what I was able to do. I think big. All right. I think really big. Okay. So let me share a story with you. Okay. When I was starting out with, we can use scientific wrestling, we can use business, whatever. Scientific wrestling, I ended up finding a mentor who had been like the man for decades. In this case, specifically Billy Robinson. He'd seen it all, man. He'd seen the pro wrestling, the MMA, Japan, United States, Europe, all of that. His insights, his experiences were absolutely invaluable with regards to my growth, and my business survived as blew up. In fact, I mean, we are dominant. We don't even have to compete. We dominate. There's nobody that even comes close to what we've done and what we are doing right now. Right? Okay. So Ladies Catch Wrestling says, yeah, I like how straightforward you are. Thanks, dude. I don't know. It's easier that way. I just call it how I see it. Then I don't have to remember stuff. Pop off, Steven. I'm a candidate for this. Well, let's go, dude. Send me a DM. Hit me up and we could talk, at least see if there's some sort of connection that we can do, or somewhere I can send you to help you. So step one, you've got to identify what your actual needs are. 2, you got to find somebody within that industry that can help you. Okay. Number 3, leverage your network. This is something all you guys in your cell phone, man, you guys all have probably millions of dollars in your cell phone. This is something that Grant Cardone, my mentor, pointed out to me. You need to start banging on your network, your personal network, your professional network. It's literally a gold mine for potential mentors. Ask for recommendations from friends. Ask for recommendations from family. Who do you know that can help me with this? You'd be surprised. People want to help, man. Just like you want to help. This is human nature, okay? So leverage your network. That's step 3. Step 4, now you got to start, hopefully you get a bunch of them so you can start evaluating these people. Which ones are the best ones for what? Does that make sense? Once you have them all, evaluate them. Look at them and judge based on experience, skills, personality fit. A great mentor, not just a good mentor, a great mentor should be somebody who has a proven track record of success, is knowledgeable in their field, and is willing to invest time and effort into helping you grow. You would be absolutely shocked. Again, Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, like the list of my mentors, it blows my mind. But that's because I was willing to be coached. I was coachable. I was willing to drop my ego and not make it about me and just absorb everything I possibly could. So now you know some simple basic tips on how to get the right mentor. Let's talk for a second about what makes that mentor, mentee, coach, athlete, whatever you want to call it, that relationship successful. Okay. So number 1, super clear, concise communication between you and your mentor. I think this is why I was able to get so much out of my mentorships with all these guys. I am a high level communicator. I really, really take, I have an English degree. I've written books. I really try to be somebody who has a depth of understanding and is quick to learn and a good listener, right? So clear communication. This means you got to be able to communicate what it is you need, what they need. You need to find out what their expectations are out of you in exchange for this. Mentorship is probably the most valuable thing, dude, like really, in terms of accelerating your progress in something. This weekend, we did Coaching Catch. I coached these guys. Dude, we had guys up to speed who had never done wrestling they were doing like great chain wrestling within like 3 or 4 hours, because I know from my experience doing this 20 years, plus poured into me the experience, centuries of experience from my mentors, I'm able to get these guys going. Okay. This is the same with business, right? So you need to not only have the communication's got to be super duper clear, needs, expectations, goals. What are the goals here? And listening to the feedback. Listening to the feedback. Be coachable. Okay. Just like any relationship, this mentor, mentee, coach, athlete, whatever, you've got to have successful communication. We got some comments here. Pop up. Steven says, I'm a Kung Fu practitioner, 20 years. Okay. Fulfilled Destiny says humility. Pop up Steven says, I call a teacher Shifu. Okay, cool. Ladies Catch Wrestling says, freaking awesome. All right, guys, give me number one if you like it. So you get the mentor, right? We talk about how to do it. You find that mentor. You start establishing clear communication between you and this mentor, right? You really have to make a commitment to learn and to grow. This is so Billy always, for example, I go back to Billy right away on this one because he always said, you have to learn how to learn. You have to just shut it down, dude. You have to learn how to learn. Turn off the voices in your head and put your mentor's voice in your head when you're listening, when you're having a conversation. Don't be listening with the intent to respond. Listen with the intent to absorb. Okay? Learn how to learn. Be a good learner. This is like Billy never, ever gave compliments. He gave me the biggest compliment I ever heard. And I was around him forever. So I'm so like blessed. He said I was a great learner. And because of me, without a doubt, that's like some craziness coming out of Billy, that Catch Wrestling was going to come back. He was saying that about me. But that's because I am a serious learner. In fact, I took the Clifton Strengths Assessment. I don't know if you guys take these assessments like DISC or what's the other one, INFP or whatever, the Myers-Briggs. There's all these assessments, but the Clifton Strengths one is cool. My number one strength is learner. Number two is achiever. So you've always got to learn and you always got to grow. Okay. Growth is painful. Remember when you were a kid, you had growing pains? That growing means you don't know something and you have to learn it. That means going through the steps of being a beginner and sucking, being awful at it and just doing it anyway. Okay. So the mentor is going to give you guidance. They're going to give you support, but you do the work. It's just like coaching. Show your coach that you're dedicated to your craft, to your business. Be willing to learn from their experience and freaking show up. Show up. Show up. It's the basic thing and nobody does it, but show up. Okay. And last but not least, I'd like you to really experience a sense of gratitude. Okay. I want you to have that sense of gratitude for being able to learn from this person. It's the most important thing. Okay. A lot of times now, sometimes your coach is going to want to get paid or your mentor. Okay. But always, regardless, sometimes you can pay them with gratitude. Carl never, ever wanted money, ever. Billy, he was happy to get money. Like it depends. But Carl didn't want money. He wanted me to pay him in squats and push-ups. And he insisted I adopt a pit bull, which magically is how I met my wife. She was the one fostering the pit bull. If Carl had not insisted, you need to go and adopt a pit bull if you're that's my payment, then I wouldn't have met my wife and have 3 kids and all this other stuff. Right? So listen to your mentors. Do as they tell you to do. Okay? That's why you want to suss them out and make sure you got the right ones. Make sense? So A mentor, you got to have gratitude because they're giving you their time, their wisdom, their expertise. I mean, in wrestling, that comes at an expensive price of broken bones, crippling. I mean, look at how Billy was at the end, right? So be sure to express your gratitude, your help, for their help and for their guidance. Okay, guys, it really goes a long way to help maintain that strong mentor-mentee relationship. So just to further illustrate the point about the importance of getting a good coach and finding a mentor, right? Let's take a look at a real life example. Oh, I got a rando on here giving me a different kind of number one. So let me send it right back to him. Yeah. So you need to find these mentors, right? Because you're going to learn how to do what it is that you want to do more effectively. Would you rather, I look at like mentorship almost like a multi-stage rocket. You guys remember those old rockets before the space shuttle? I think they still use them with the booster rockets, and like it gets you to a certain level and then it falls off and then the next one ignites. That's what happens in this long chain of like students and masters, right? Of apprentices and masters, of mentors and mentees. I really hope that this is helping you guys. So let's just do a quick recap, okay? 1, to find the mentor, you got to identify your needs. 2, look within that particular industry. 3, leverage the network. 4, then evaluate them, right? And remember, gratitude, good communication, be willing to learn and to grow. So I want to, before we move off of here and move to questions, if there are any, you guys have heard this quote. I think this is a great quote. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay. This is why you want to go find yourself a good mentor. Take control. Go find somebody that can help you. Okay. They're out there. Maybe that's me. That's why I do number one coaching. That's why I do coaching catch, why we do the Scientific Wrestler Affiliate Fight Gym, all that kind of stuff. All right. So I hope this was valuable to you guys. I hope it helps you find a mentor for either your craft, to perfect your craft, or for your family business. Okay. So now don't forget, guys, please, we're on Apple Podcasts. Go find me on Apple Podcasts. I think we're on Spotify, YouTube. Please, man, subscribe, rate, comment, review, share this. I am trying to change the world, and hopefully you can help me with that. Okay. Appreciate you guys. So now, you got any questions? You got any comments? I want to show something cool. This is really cool. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see that? Can you see how cool that is? Look at that thing, man. Show it to the guys on Facebook and YouTube. You see that? How cool is that, huh? That coin. I know it's like backwards for some of you guys. Isn't that cool? This is part of our plan. So our very first affiliate, first American affiliate, we had the camp over at V10 Martial Arts here in Aurora. By the way, that team's going to go out and crush it at the Sparta, big Sparta event this weekend. Super proud of all you guys. But our very first affiliate was actually our international affiliate in Canada, Marco and Carmen up there. And we have been working on this idea, and he finally pulled the trigger and got this. This was really, I've been looking for a way. So you guys know, how many of you guys really know what my have you read the book on Modern Catch Can, where I lay out some of the arguments that I make? Like catch wrestling, we don't have belts. The only belt, well, we do, but they're like that. The only belt that matters is gold, right? That's our phrase. If you hear it somewhere else, again, another somebody ripping us off as usual, because we lead. That's what happens when you're a leader. People rip you off. Like again, Rogan had Flair on this weekend, talking Carl Gotch, Mace Bells, Billy Robinson, Catches Catch Can Wrestling. I can't believe that we can't get a freaking mention. Thank God Josh Barnett throws us a mention every time he's on there. I appreciate that. By the way, how many of you guys think that I should get on the Rogan show? I would love it, dude. I would give him, and I could tell another story. So Stellar Steven was asking about the Pitbull. Did he say why a Pitbull? He loved Pitbulls. He rescued him. He thought they were the greatest dog. We got to know each other personally. He knew where I was at, what I wanted to do with my life, and he insisted on it. So again, I don't even really know why. He just pushed me, changed my whole life because I met my wife. We had a great dog. I mean, it was just amazing, dude. But the funny thing is Joe Rogan as well was seminal in terms of he was like my wingman in a way, maybe unintentionally, for my date with a woman that I'd met because of Carl insisting I get a pit bull. I was in contact a lot with Joe back then. I was running a forum. He was coming on, and we got to know each other, right? And great guy, really, like, so unaffected by his fame. I've never met anybody like that. And a great human being. I remember I was walking in. We had talked a little bit about some conflicts that were going on with Catches Catch Can, and he had helped me out. So we were talking on the phone, all kinds of stuff. It was really cool. This is probably got to be 2005, 2006. Went to the Abu Dhabi's. He saw me and recognized me in the parking lot. I heard somebody yell my name. I look around, it's freaking Joe Rogan. I'm like, dude, you know who I am? This is so cool. Anyway, we were talking. I told him I was going out with this woman, wanting to impress her. And he said, yeah, man, like, come to my show at the Comedy Store. I think it was I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was the Comedy Store in Hollywood. And so I took her and got front row tickets or whatever. It's a small club. Got in there. Rogan was so cool. He brought us backstage, totally helped me impress this woman who would become my wife. Brought us backstage, talked to Eddie Bravo, all this stuff. It was so cool, man. He's a great guy, really great guy. So I would love to get on the Rogan podcast. I send emails back and forth with Chael Sonnen. Love to get on his podcast too. So if you guys send both those guys some messages, and maybe we could show that there's real demand. I'd love to get on and really go in depth on Catches Catch Can, especially given the new Endeavor acquisition of WWE. So now you have UFC and WWE under the same umbrella. Dude, I've been working that space for 20 years, man, between MMA and pro wrestling. That's what we own. We are that space. This is what Shoot Pro is. And let me tell you this. And again, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm straightforward. I bank on the goodness of other people to not steal my ideas, but I put them out there anyway. And it happens, dude. This is, again, part of being a leader. You can't get too attached with getting proper credit or any. You could try, and I think you should, but you should still produce. Always produce. So my view is this. Why not? You've got these two juggernauts, WWE, UFC, under the same hood. Cross promote. The way you cross promote is you create a shoot division or maybe a third promotion that houses both. You can call it Shoot Pro Wrestling. I've developed this really well. We've run minimum viable shows. We know that it works. We're doing tag teams. We're doing triple shoots. Gil Olivas has shown us 4-man single tag, which is similar to the triple shoot, which is a 3-man singles tag. Obviously singles matches. It's so ripe. And guys, please, if you know somebody who knows Ari or Ari Emanuel over at Endeavor, have them contact me. This is all thought out. I've got this all worked out. Anyway, this is like an amazing, amazing opportunity, especially for Catches Catch Can Wrestling. So if you guys could throw me out a hello or a note to Rogan, Sonnen, somebody in Endeavor to connect with me, start building that momentum. So when I finally do get in the room with them, I think we could do something really powerful. Somebody on LinkedIn says, yo, Jake, I don't know who you are though, because of the privacy on there. If you're still on there, say, hey, let's see here. Papa, Fulfilled Destiny says, I've got a weirdo on the thing. Okay. Yeah. Not for now. Okay. Ladies Catch Wrestling says, definitely go on the show. Isel Ganger 75 says, I think you on Rogan could grow catch exponentially. I agree. Pop Up Steven says, yes, definitely. Ladies Catch says, and grow shoe pro. Gilbert the Coach says, Joe Rogan, get Jake on your show. All right. Fulfill Destiny, please request to be on the Joe Rogan podcast. I don't even know how to get on there. I'm going to be honest. I still have his old email, but I don't think it works anymore. I sent him something about a charity thing and never heard back. But dude, the guy probably gets slammed anyway. But hopefully if we get a lot of people requesting this, it would be something powerful. Ladies Catch Wrestling says Godspeed. Who else we got here? Nature Boy 10th Planet, what's up, dude? Fulfill Destiny. Do you know who Patrick Bet David is? Yeah, I've heard that name. Let me Patrick Bet David. Why is that so familiar? I have heard that name. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's the guy, the next 5 moves guy. Isn't that right? Isn't that who he is? Patrick Bet David. The next 5 moves. Isn't that him? Yeah, I listened to his book. It's pretty good. He's cool. Yeah, I like him. Smart guy. Didn't really draw me in. I'm obviously more of a Grant Cardone, and I really like Alex Hormozy if we're on that subject. But yeah, he's very smart dude. Very smart dude. Who else we got on here? Alradbad Matthew. And I'm messing your name up. I'm very sorry. Is there a gym where you could train this? So we've got 12 so far, and we're aiming to hit 150 here. That's our target, our first target. So we're 10% over. Well, we're about 10% there. We've got gyms in, we've got places you could train that are in Sacramento for the time being. I think our affiliate may be moving to the Carolinas. We've got Orlando. We've got Windsor, Ontario, Canada, which is right by Detroit. We've got Norman, Oklahoma. We've got Aurora, Colorado, Sterling, Colorado, Prescott, Arizona, Phoenix, Glendale, Arizona, 2 guys in San Diego. So there are places you could train it, and we're looking to expand, right? This is why I push the Scientific Wrestler Affiliate Fight Gym program so we can expand. It is the best deal in the business. You go look for yourself. Hit me up on the phone. I'll get you whatever information you need on it. What's up, Hoa Luna Fart? Happy to see you. There we go. Yeah, so, okay, let's see. So whoever this ding dong is, man, they keep saying pornographic things and wanting to fight, and weirdo, man. So you get the block. See you later. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap up here. I do have an appointment I got to get to in the next 5-10 minutes. I will answer any questions you guys may need. Again, I wanted to show you guys this. This was, again, Scientific Wrestling Canada. They made this. It's pretty freaking sick, dude. This is going to be right here is the prototype of what we're doing. Again, to lead, I was kind of going off on a tangent. I got carried away. So what this is this is going to be how we, instead of giving belts, we are going to give away medals. Okay. You're going to be, when you get your assistant coach, you will get a medal, a medallion like this that says assistant coach. What's cool is it's even on the, it's even inscribed. I don't know if you can see it. You see that? It's inscribed on the side of the coin. It's so cool. And then you'll get one for full coach. And then as you progress, we will have more of these medals, right? Because again, we only care about gold. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. We will be in Charlotte. Guys, we just closed this last camp, man. Honestly, if you're at this camp, chime in, dude. It was off the charts. We always have great camps, but this was really a great camp. We're continuing that momentum into Charlotte. I'd love to see you guys come out. Come out. Give it a test spin. This is mind-blowing stuff. You guys will love it. We go over the scientific wrestling approach to submissions, takedowns, pins, terminal takedowns, punishing pins, surgical submissions. We talk about chain wrestling. We show you how to do it with our methodology. Again, this, in my opinion, you give this a little time to percolate. What we are doing and what we have done for the last 20 years, everything has followed our lead. Everything has followed our lead. Get rid of the gi. Use leg locks. Minimize use of the guard and replace it with pinning. Learn takedowns. Learn all these other control positions besides the guard and submissions. Start learning how to chain your wrestling. Integrate pro wrestling and MMA endeavor. I'm telling you, the entire universe. And I feel like freaking the wrestling Doctor Strange, except we have been so massively impactful, and still this is the ground floor. This is the time to get in. Buy low, sell high, guys. This is the time. We just hit 30,000 people on our Instagram. We are growing at such a freaking clip. Our reach just on Instagram was 2.1 million last month. We've got 43,000 on Facebook. And these aren't there are other groups that have bigger names, but or bigger accounts, but they don't have the engagement. Go see. Oh yeah, I got 250. I got 1 million followers. And then they make a post and they get 3 likes. Dude, we're getting thousands of likes because we're actually organically getting this growth, not buying it, not perception. Let me break something to some of you out there. Perception is not reality. Reality is reality. And there are people who are smart enough to break that bullshit that perception is reality. That's some dumb political thinking bullshit. Reality is reality. Perception ain't reality. You understand? You go against reality, man, you're fighting the entire fucking universe. This is why liars have a hard time. It never works out. It always happens. Hoba Lunafart says, what's the scientific wrestling sparring philosophy? Go light until a comp or go medium heavy the whole time? No. Yeah, so did we go over this? We may have gone over this very briefly in San Diego a couple of years ago. I remember the camp you were at. Yeah, our philosophy is radically different. And again, I'm going to say it, and then people rip it off, and they'll put some Japanese name on it or Brazilian name and act whatever. Here's the fucking flag in the ground. You can timestamp it. What we do is different. I very much love the philosophy of Kerry Colat. Kerry Colat is heavy on live drilling, okay, and not on sparring. We do sparring, especially as we start reaching, like if we're running a camp for MMA fights or for a grappling tournament, we will start doing some live sparring, obviously. But we do something that's slightly different. We do live drilling. It's kind of hard to explain unless you actually have come to a camp. It's a combination of 2 things. Once we teach you the fundamental basics, then we teach you how to chain them together and drill them. Because this is the problem with the difference between technique drilling and this kind of weird flow shit that you see and what we do. What we do is we do drilling with pressure so that you're not just learning technique, but you're also you're integrating timing and balance. Timing and balance is neglected in a lot of the training that comes out of martial arts, whereas combat sports throws in the balance and the timing into the training, into the coaching, right? So we do chain wrestling where we take the techniques and then we'll chain them together in certain combos and drill them. Escapes, reversals, counters, recounters, submissions, pins, takedowns, all that. And we'll put them together into it's like a combination almost, if you were to think about like boxing. So we'll throw that together. Then what we do is we have catch and release. And I talk about this in my book, Modern Catch as Catch Can. All these ideas are in there. It's $7.95 for the PDF. Go to Scientific Wrestling, hit the instructional link. Very first thing is the book. It's $7, $8. You get it instantly. You can start reading it right now on any device. It's a PDF. Okay. We do this thing that is like an integration of the pressure drilling that has the timing and balance, that kind of the Corey Colat approach, and we integrate it into what we call catch and release. Okay. So for those of you guys who are grappling, you are missing out. Now, mind you, again, this is going to get ripped off and everybody's going to take credit for it. This is something that nobody's been doing. And I'm saying this now, and hopefully it will have impact, because we are serious about leadership in this space, in the grappling space. Again, we were MMA and pro wrestling together before Endeavor. Okay. Since 2003, like 20 years prior to this. Okay. 2 decades ahead that we've been thinking about these problems. Catch and release is very much, most of you guys who do grappling the way that Brazilians taught you, is you just roll until you get a tap. You go to an open mat, you just roll until you get a tap. What's the problem with this? Yeah, you're rolling. Okay, cool. First, you're probably rolling sloppy, and you perform how you practice. But 2, you're let's say you take the guy to a tap and then you let him out of the hold. Well, what's the good in that? He's going to miss out on the education of, how do I actually escape this hold? How do I not get into the hold in the first place? So instead of going to the tap and letting go, you catch and then you let it off a little bit and let them work out of the submission. This does a couple things. One, it obviously teaches you what to expect if you go against a guy and they do get out of the submission. Oh, okay, this can keep going, and now this is what happens. 2, the guy who got caught in the submission starts learning how to escape, how to think about it, might start thinking about what got him into that situation. So you start doing some real deliberate work during your roll, right? Plus, on top of all that, it don't stop the roll. You keep rolling. So let's say you've got a catch wrestling match coming up, and the first fall, which Scientific Wrestling, King of Catch Wrestling Rules, co-developed by none other than Carl Gotch. You've got a 12-minute first fall. Why don't you set the clock for 12 minutes and these guys do this catch and release for 12 minutes? Now you're not only are you adding to the learning on this, but you're also adding to the conditioning. Does this make sense? Thomas H. out on YouTube. What's up, dude? Thomas H. says, love Kerry Colat's teaching videos and making wrestling great again. Yeah, he's fantastic. Really, to me, his style is like how Wade, it just plugs into the catch as catch can style. And the approach is every way that I've seen. Now, obviously, Kerry's not training for MMA or training people for MMA or for catch as catch can or submission grappling. That's what we do. But we're taking that same very similar philosophy as what I've been taught and what I've developed with guys like Billy Robson and Carl Gotch and Wade Chalice. Tomas said, just got the PDF off your site. Looking forward to reading it today. Yeah, it's got a lot of different ideas on how can we take combat sports and particularly wrestling, weaponize it, and bring it to the retail martial arts space so it's no longer subsidized by the state or schools. How can we make a retail version of wrestling like there were boxing gyms, but even better? That's the vision here, right? I've got a big vision for catch as catch can wrestling that's as big as the impact that it has had. It is the most impactful sport. And so my vision is to bring that back. I want to bring it back retail. I want to bring it back through Shoot Pro Wrestling. I want to bring it back through, for invitational so fans can watch and learn. I want it so people can participate through the King of Catch. Make sense? That's the vision. Scientific Wrestler is getting the retail vision spread across the world. Shoot Pro Wrestling is taking the sport. Coach and Catch is a subset of Scientific Wrestler. King of Catch is a subset of Shoot Pro. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't know if that makes sense. What's up, Marco? Happy to see you, dude. Threw me a hey, coach. Happy to see you, man. Fulfill Destiny Now says, you should be on Patrick David Patrick Bet David podcast. I love it, man. I don't hook me up. uh, Hobo Luna Fart says, I remember that. You get a sub, then escape and switch game. That was a cool way to spar. Yeah, so catch and release. You see what I did there? Catch and release, right? But it is to me, you have to stop sparring the other way. Completely. Maybe you then start having some matches prior to your event. Okay, but otherwise, catch and release, pressure drilling, period. That's our approach to sparring. I hope that helps. Stellar Stevens says, worked on cradles last night. Glad I could get some wrestling in. That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. All right. So, yeah, we've got some people on the live feeds here. If you have questions, comments, anything, I'm available, man. I mean, this is the thing, dude. I'm available, but I'm not available. I am literally back to back all day. I am back to back all day. And I'm not like literally from 7:30 until about 9:30 or 10. I cut out this piece to make time to reach out to you guys. I don't have to do it. I enjoy it. It's fun. I love talking to you guys. But I make this time. This is the time for you guys to hit me up on business and on grappling stuff. That's areas of my expertise where I can help you. Okay. Nature Boy 10th Planet says, I like the catch and release philosophy. Yeah. And I want people to use it. If people would give us proper credit, if people could put us on the Joe Rogan podcast and we could get proper credit for the 2 decades of work and effort that we've done, that'd be cool. But I just want you guys to use it because it's going to make you better. Okay. It's going to make you better. Hobo Luna Fart says, thanks, coach. I'll read your book. I hope you enjoy it. It's cheap. Like I said, it's like $7. Nature Boy 10th Planet says, have a good day, Coach Jake. Thanks. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to, I know that you're hustling, trying to make things happen. I'm looking forward to working with you, Nate. I really am. Thomas H says, in a recession, volume gets turned down on lame stuff. Post-economic collapse of an overly complicated and morally hazardous system, there's only time for that which works without subsidies and or fraud. Thomas, dude, you're like my people, man. Yeah, well, dude, we speak the same language, bro. 100%. And so this is what I'm trying to do. Is I hate this word, but it works. I'm trying to democratize this catch, sketch, can, and truly bring it to the people. I'm a bottom up guy, not a top down guy. I hate that word democratization though, because I never believed, I mean, democracy is basically a popularity contest. I think that's the worst way to choose leadership. I believe in meritocracy. Anyway, Fulfill Destiny says, a catch wrestler with a high IQ. That's why we call it scientific wrestling, baby. Come on, man, join us. You sound like you're one of us. Get in with the family here. Yeah, so, you know, I think what we have to understand is that, you know, catch can, and this is how the catch can is the origins of folk style, Olympic freestyle, MMA, pro wrestling. It all comes back to catch can. Okay. All of it started with lower income people, mostly the poor Irish in Lancashire County in the north of England, doing this for fun and betting. That is what I think is the most important core to the whole thing. That it's done by the people, it's done for fun, and as a means to escape poverty. You know, that's how the first professional wrestlers came to be. Is that after a long day working in the coal mines, hard work. You think you work hard, you need STFU, probably, most likely. There's probably some of you guys out on oil rigs or fisheries or things like that are working hard, but like 99% of you guys don't know even how hard these guys were working. Then after bent over getting coal, they would decide to bet on wrestling matches. And some of these guys got so good at the wrestling that they lived off the bets and they could quit the job and they transcended. You see this all the time. Look at like the celebrities that come out of boxing from nothing, from no one to number one in terms of wealth. Mike Tyson, all these guys, right? So that is what I love. I love the meritocracy of it all. So Fulfilled Destiny now says you have a high IQ. You know, it's interesting about IQ. I was talking about taking these tests, these assessments. IQ tests are another assessment. I take them frequently, every couple of years, because as a I was professionally, I worked as a statistician for a while, and I'm quantitatively oriented. I don't enjoy it, but I'm good at it. And so I realized that, you know, these IQ tests, they could change over time. So I try to take them every couple of years. My IQ tends to be between the band that I get is 125 to 130, which is a high IQ. Okay. Not the highest, but it's a high IQ. That's where I tend to group. The highest I've ever done, though, I think it was, I'd have to look it up. If I can remember right, it was like 150 or 160. I tested one time that high. So that's the outlier. I think the cluster kind of tells you a better idea between 125 and 130. But, you know, all IQ test tells you is how good you are at taking an IQ test. That's why I like to take all these other assessments. I think the Clifton Strengths assessment's great. I think the DISC assessment is really great. There's a bunch of them out there. Myers-Briggs is okay, but all they really just tell you about yourself. I don't know if that helps, but Thomas H says, perfect time for you to launch a new system to capture market share. Post-depression recession, we're entering hard times, make good men face probably some survivorship. Dude, are you an economist, Thomas? You're speaking my language here, dude. Yeah, 100%, dude. I don't even know what else to say. You're so dialed in. Like right now, I am pushing hard, and we are about to tip into a recession. If I can push while everybody else is retreating, if I could push in, once things come back, we will explode. So that is kind of the design of what's going on based on my understanding of markets and whatnot. So I appreciate you guys. I got to go take my mom. She's going to be 80 this year. Go take her to get her hair cut. She doesn't drive anymore. So I'm driving Miss Daisy, I guess. I hope you guys are doing well. And like I said, hit me up in the DMs or whatever. If I can help you, I'm here to help you. Appreciate you guys. Get out to coachingcatch.com. Go register. We got 2 killer camps. Do not miss out. Do not miss out, dude. I'm telling you. All right. Thomas said, good stream. Great work being a good son. Trying. I do got to go, though, because I got to get her over to the place before 1 o'clock here. Appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you soon.